how do you sell supermarkets? And what better place to start than the most hated commercial of 2011?
Down, and everyone's down for you. Look for that big red hand, Australia.
Prices are down and staying down at Coles.
Down.
Because our goal is to provide Australian families quality food that costs less.
Woolies stresses fresh, as in fresh food people. Coles leans on price. Russell, does cheap trump fresh?
Well, what Coles isn't really doing is cheap. What they're trying to do is value. And value versus fresh, that's a serious stoush. And value is about quality and price. And that is hugely important in the supermarket business, especially the way we're feeling at the moment with regard to the cost of living. And this thing here is kicking ass. It's going extremely well.
Yeah, this is what I refer to as bulldog advertising. It's ugly, but it works. And there's no doubt this campaign is incredibly effective. And there are basically three strategies for supermarkets: location, price, and quality of food. And as Russell said, context is everything. So back at the time when Woolies 15 years ago did fresh food, fresh was important. They were competing against, grocers on the corner. Today, they're using the fear of GFC, cost of living issues, and nothing is more important than a bargain right now.
What it also does is it also shows that in advertising we sometimes overestimate the likability of brands. In this case, it doesn't matter whether you like it or not. You want to slap whoever wrote that ad with one of those big red hands. But the fact is, it is all about price, and that's what you get from it.
But don't you think this is damaging the brand seriously?
No.
I mean, the quality, they've spent months with MasterChef, the fantastic idea that if you want to go where a MasterChef, eat like a MasterChef, go where they shop. Such a solid quality story to suddenly come up with something which is the good guys gone bad, basically. It just damages the brand.
You can't imagine the MasterChef walking through. Gary's like, down.
But no. It's about you have a brand to exploit the brand. That's the purpose. And what they've done extremely well is they make the brand shiny, MasterChef, etc., and then they exploit it via down.
Well, that Coles ad does make people angry, obviously. There's a Facebook hate group with more than 25,000 members. We've had boatloads of mail begging us to skewer it. Yes, we're the ABC, we still get mail. Dee, will the negativity bother Coles or not?
Not in the slightest. People might click I hate, join a Facebook group to say they hate Coles. It's not going to stop them going there if they think it's cheaper. And also there are people loading up clips onto YouTube where they're singing the song and they've got their Taisha Lee child sitting in the trolley singing the Coles song.
I don't think it's right, Dee, to say that they wouldn't worry about it. They would worry about it and they would monitor it. If it bubbles up even more and more and more, well then okay, they'll start to listen. But right now, they wouldn't care.
Although there's some stores where they're playing that song
is...
in store. They're actually playing it in
That's
store.
right.
Imagine if you're a star.
They're giving away these red hands.
But the interesting thing with this battle,
yes,
right, is the war. Is that they've created all this negativity around this price war between Woolies and Coles. Does a really interesting thing from a psychological point of view because it anchors you in that there's only two people in the war, which is basically Woolies or Coles.
Yeah.
The truth is, it's not collusion, but it's not really a war. It's a friendly, isn't it? Because Woolies, who people think are losing the battle because Coles is cutting through, they just had record sales at $54 billion.
And I think the collusion extends to their advertising because I think Coles probably like, we've got this really bad ad, and Woolies like, mate, wait till you see what we've got next week.
It's certainly not that.
I don't think they're doing that.
Yeah.
In fact, I'm certain they're not doing that. They're having a fight, no doubt about it, and a real fight.
But it's an artificial fight, Russell. They're both winning. It's a friendly. They're both winning.
Do you know,
It's very much like this show. You're Woolies, you're Coles, and unfortunately you're Aldi and you're Franklin.
Actually, there was research that came out today that showed that for all the price of the staples goods that have come down, the price of their other goods has all gone up pretty much about the same. So overall, the consumer doesn't win.
Yeah, but no, because you need the staples to come down. That's a good thing, Then staples.
So everything else goes up.
Well, the other stuff you don't have to buy.
But realistically, there's just two different strategies. Woolies is trying to focus on loyalty and brand, and Coles is focused on increasing basket size. Yeah. And the way to increase basket size is to draw people in. They even refer to them as drawing products. Yeah. Products that actually milk all the basics. X, and then the basket size will increase.
And
they
it's
know
good.
that.
Yeah.
Well, let's walk
But,
through it a
but
little
the
bit.
consumers, we're the benefactors.
Yeah,
For
they're,
now.
they're doing it for us.
Seriously.
Well, let's have a look at that, because they obviously want us to join in. They want us to think that we are the benefactors of this. They want people to go online and get in Facebook groups and have giant red hands. But a couple of weeks ago, Coles had this attempt at participation pulled from YouTube.
Because we all buy milk, we slashed the price of Coleworths brand dairy.
Is that on special?
Nope, it's down and staying down.
And when we say staying down, we mean staying down long enough to lure you away from independent competitors. Then we crush them like expired $2 milk cartons. Up yours, independent stores.
Ta-da!
Up yours, independent stores.
As soon as we've wiped out all competition, we can give you a right royal rogering. What do you think, Wiggles?
Up yours, competition.
The accepted wisdom is that brands should let people play with them in social media. Rowan, would you have slapped a copyright claim on that clip?
No, definitely not. And having done so, it shows they don't really understand the social media that they're spending a lot of money to try and get into. With social media, it's a two-way conversation with the consumer. You take the good with the bad, you take the spoofs. If you try and ban it, all you do is draw attention to it.
I just love the fact the Wiggles are in it. Isn't that fantastic?
I think that might be the reason they banned it, because the Wiggles were not actually in it.
I think the Wiggles were in the original, and then, I'm not sure the Wiggles have gone, we're going to make a statement on YouTube.
It's great, isn't it?
Of course, the people who hate the Down ads most are these guys.
90% of everything I buy is in one store. Saves on the memory. That's my Woolly.
That's my Woolies.
I've been known to come here late at night for a 4-pack of Cornettos.
We are the world. That's the latest campaign for Woolworths. Todd, do people really have emotional connections to their supermarkets?
There's a lot of information around loyalty, and there is a bit of loyalty to supermarkets, but it's very small. So the latest stat I saw is 1 out of 10 people that go to Woolies shop exclusively at Woolies. But advertising, as in this type of advertising, tends to be very poor at loyalty. What's excellent at loyalty, and the main focus of their loyalty drive, are reward programs, flybys. Data means they can customize information and get it to you. And I don't know if you saw that the Choice magazine did this thing on Coles flybys. They said that if you spend on average, which is the average, $160 a week on groceries, it would take you 7 years to get a flight to Melbourne. But the kicker is your points expire in 3. Data is an incredibly important thing for them. At one stage, they found through their data collection that on Fridays, men would buy beer and nappies on the same day. So what they actually did through that data is they put beer next to nappies and the sales went doof.
That's for men who drink so much they can't control their bladder.
That's it. But the thing is, though, an ad like this, there will be a percentage of Woolworths customers that are very loyal to Woolies.
But that's very small.
It doesn't matter, because very small in this world is hundreds of millions of dollars.
But it's a strategy, but against Coles, it's the wrong one.
No.
And that's why they're reacting.
They're just communicating to a loyal customer base. Maybe they think their loyal customer base is under threat, so they have to have a communication campaign.
I'm sure they're doing it.
Is that their loyal customer base of drag queens?
Yeah, I know.
My favourite
Who's in front of it? With the nuts in front of the drag queen. Did you see that?
Is it just me? Is it just me or that guy who says I like to go there in the middle of the night for a 4-pack of Cornetto?
My
Is he
favourite.
talking about something else? That's cold.
My favourite is the spin-off of this, which is it's gone online, it's gone to YouTube, which is That's My Willy. And people are uploading photos.
Well, I'd like to see the drag queen in that one.
Loyalty, I think, is what's going on here. You know, there'll be people that would have shopped at the same supermarket their entire life.
Yes,
yeah?
and they'll be dead in a couple of years.
Well,
the rest of people are shopping all over the place.
No, that's
loyalty is
nonsense.
incredibly low between these things. You can see they're swapping between them.
Yeah, I understand that, but there's a need to shore up that core audience, yeah? Those people that have shopped at that place, you know. So they're under relentless pressure. They're actually saying thanks for shopping with us. That's pretty cool. Advertising is very efficient at saying thank you. You know, you've got 20 million Australians having a look at that. Hasn't cost you that much money to do it either.
Well, that's been a surprise for the new series. Russell in favour of advertising. Dee, how important are those full-page ads you see in the paper each day that have, like, the prices and costs?
Massively important. 10% of people every week decide whether they're going to go to Coles or Woolworths based on those ads. And certain products work better than others, and the products tend to be things like chips and Coke and lollies. No wonder we're fatties. Nappies is the other one as well.
I tell you what's amazing. I mean, look at any newspaper now, the tabloids. It's not just a double-page spread. I mean, you'll open it up, there'll be a full-page ad from one of the supermarkets, then there'll be another one from the other one, then there'll be a double-page spread, then there'll be a spread from their liquor outlet, then there'll be another spread from the... It's unbelievable. I mean, the newspapers...
And each ad would cost upwards of $25,000 to $30,000 just for that one ad.
Yeah, it's great stuff.
Russell's going, oh, yes. All right.
I just like the fight. It's good.
In June, Coles was spending $1 million a week on TV ads. $1 million a week. And Woolworths, I think, 600,000.
Gruen, batteries sold separately.